Ponyville. Arthur's mouth almost hit the ground when she saw the damage to her home, as she said while walking through the hole made in her living room to find Fluttershy meeting her there. What happened to my house? A snow monster attacked during a game of hide and seek, said Fluttershy with an embarrassed look. I found Maury first, but Tilia's a good hider. When the monster appeared, did you know that she's a changeling? Arthur froze at these words and said with fright, where is she? In bed now with Maury. But wait, you knew? Said Fluttershy, who could tell. How could you bring a changeling into? Arthur put a gentle hoof to Fluttershy's mouth to silence her and said with a stern look, Make us a cup of tea and I'll tell you the whole story. Fluttershy got them tea and said, after hearing the story of how Tilius came into Arthur's life, Oh, I see. So she has no connections to the whole Canterlot wedding incident, except her birth mom was one of those monster drones, said Arthur, who had no idea that Maury and Tilius were eavesdropping from the stairs. I haven't told her because I feel bad. Her mom crashed into my basement and was impaled in the woods. Impaled in the woods, which is how she died, but not before laying the egg Tilius hatched from. The damage was bad, but I was stubborn enough not to not wish to do anything to help until I saw the egg. I had enough skills and magic to try and do something, but the damage was, well, it was too great. Oh, you almost chose not to do anything, said Fluttershy, before changing the subject. So how was the party? Great, I guess. I saw Princess Celestia and your friend Twilight was there, said Arthur, who decided not to mention she might have a relative of her former student, might develop a crush on her. Don't you mean our friend? Twilight mentioned you two met when returning a book, asked Fluttershy, who was confused about that. I knew she wasn't born royalty, but your idea of friends is very different than mine. I just don't like to get that involved others unless I think it's worthwhile, and you two are two of the 6 greatest Equestria heroes, said Arthur with a gesture. Yeah, but that doesn't mean we can't be friends. We're not stuck up or anything, said Fluttershy before going to leave. Thanks for the tea, and I'd love to babysit again. We'll see what the future holds, said Arthur with a gentle smile as Fluttershy left and looked to the stairs to see Maury and Tilius scurry back into Tilius's room. I've got a feeling that I'm going to have one of those talks with Tilius about eavesdropping as well as her birth mother. I am too tired though, so maybe tomorrow. That and to fix the damage to my house. How did a snow monster even end up in Ponyville when it's only a few months left until winter, and you can only find them in a place like the Crystal Empire Mountains or Yakistan, which is always cold and a snowy year round in both places? Rumble was looking over stolen blueprints to all of Canterlot Castle when Katrina snuck into his room through an open window, since his room was on the 2nd floor of his home.
How did it go?
I don't know. The little changeling actually chose to fight me when I chose to summon a snow monster to attack the home in the middle of the game of hide and seek, and won, said Katrina before Rumble turned to look at her with a raised eyebrow. I don't know if this is good in your opinion, but now Fluttershy knows what she really is, and no one was badly hurt.
That is good news. It was really a test, and you passed with flying colors,
said Rumble with a wave of his little colt hoofs.
Now go and find a place to stay while you're here. We won't be making our next move for a while. I need to wait until my current form is at least a teenage one before I can get anywhere near what we need to free the others. They are our family after all. But do me a favor and keep out the other sisters' discord in the main 6. Heck, even our areas of radar in the meantime. We don't want any slip-ups.